Paulie packs. All right, digging in the crates for this one. This I took out of my PC. I have a bunch of bins downstairs from when I collected from when I was a kid. Had broke open one of the bins. This was sitting on top of it. So I wanted to open this up because I really want to see if maybe I captured some of the big errors of this set. I know there's a lot of errors in the set itself, but obviously the major ones, I think, being the Drabek and the Mark Witten error. Those are the major ones. But there's are a lot of other ones as well. But the reason why I kind of also want to go through this is one of the first sets that I bought kind of on my own, right? I've always been gifted cards as a kid growing up, or you bought a pack or something like that. But this was like the first set that I really bought. 91, I think I would have been about 5th grade or so. So this set does have a lot of wear and tear on it. And I don't know if this is even the complete set and what kind of order it's in. It does sort of look, no, it's roughly off of, it's not collated. So, and you can see too, some of them are in okay shape, but thought I just saw there was some wear and tear. But, so I don't know how this is ordered. So what I want to do is, here we go, the Griffey All-Star card. Nice. Is I'm going to go through this set. Since it's not in order, one, I need to double check, make sure I still got all the cards in here. And then two, going to pull out all the cards and then search to see if I have the error card, because there are a bunch. And when I say error too, I know there's some where there's the copyright issue on the back. Where is it? Like some of them will have, I don't know if you can see that, but there's the E and then the asterisk or the star, and then some have D and then some have E, F, right? And some just, have single letters. So I think there's some with multiple letters, and they're considering those errors. I guess, but I'd rather find the errors where, like, I know Oil Can Boyd is missing like the black around the stamp of the 40th anniversary thing, and then there's one where it's corrected. There's I think the Red Sox leader, the Joe Morgan manager card for the Red Sox shows the Red Sox leaders, and it has one with Wade Boggs having 87 hits instead of 187 hits, right? Things like that. So those are the real errors that I'm looking for. And then, of course, the ones with Mark Witten and everybody else. So just roughly seeing if I can find them real quick. If not, I think I'll pause this video, go through the set. Ooh, this card's all roughed up. Oh yeah, look at that one. That's nice. And see what I can find. But again, too, it seems like most of the cards are in here. I mean, it's pretty jam-packed. Oh, I was hoping that would be the Mark Witten. So I think I should have everything, but I need to double check and make sure. Did I just see doubles there? Uh-oh. So, all right, so now we just got doubled up on one guy. I don't know if that happened in the set or if I did that. Again, been so long. Yeah, Larry Walker Rookie Cup. Not his rookie card, but Rookie Cup. So, all right, let me pause this video then here, and I will go through and check to see what we have, and maybe to see the Chipper Jones rookie cards in here as well. Hopefully I didn't take that out. All right, I'll pause this here, and then we'll be back. All right, gone through all the cards here. One thing I did realize is I don't have the complete set. So I pulled out all of these doubles that I had. And I knew and as I went through some, I started collating the numbers there. I was missing a bunch and everything else. And the other thing too is certainly some of the backs were different. And if you guys get a chance, check out Wax Packs. He does a bunch of stuff on the 1991, like the backs, as far as like glow backs and things like that, like with the numbering. Because a lot of the variations, as I was looking up the cards, talk about, dark logo on the back and things like that. And that's just the different types of print runs, right? You know, depending on who printed out the card, some used different ink, right? And some were made, like, you can tell, like this, you can barely see the Topps 40. It's very faint, but this one, you can see it's a little darker. But then even the bordering too, the bordering is pretty dark, right? Comparatively speaking. So some of them, it's just how it was printed, where it was printed from, which I think denotes, you know, the C and the A, the B, the F, right? All that stuff, it denotes where it came out of. So different factories use slightly different ink and everything else, so it made the cards a little bit different. You can see these things were bowing pretty good. Once I let them sit outside for a little bit, I mean, not outside in the you know, the outside, but just outside of the box, they were bowing up pretty good. Inside the box, they look pretty nice all together like this. They look pretty good. But once you get them outside, it's like definitely bows a lot, but more so than any other case or any other set that I've seen so far. But all right, let's get through the errors, right? As you can see, a ton of potential errors here in this set. I didn't do all the variations because, again, variations were, and I'll talk about what they are. So like with the Cal Ripken here, the Cal Ripken record breaker, not so much an error, but a variation, right? So in this one, I have the variation of, you see E and F right there with the asterisks. Again, denoting where it came from, where it was printed off of, right? It should have just been 1, and it should have been F. So the fact that it got printed with E and F on it, right, is the quote-unquote error, but it's the variation that got corrected. So, but I don't, you know, a lot of people try to denote that as an error card. It's not really an error card. I mean, just kind of, you know, just telling you where it came out of or where it came from, you know, whether it's missing the TM or something like that. And so the same thing here, like with Darren Fletcher, right, with this card. There is no TM, no code next to the copyright. So so here next to the copyright, oops, I'm off camera, that doesn't help you guys. There should be like the F or the E or whatever, wherever they printed it from, and there's nothing there. So that's the variation for this, right? So that got corrected and changed. But again, I don't count that as the error card, but I just wanted to show you guys essentially what some of the variations were that you can find in this set. But I don't include that error. So the next one up is, this is an error in terms of, you had the Joe Morgan, not the Hall of Famer, but the manager. He, in the back here, it should have had Wade Boggs. The error is, it only showed 187, and this one shows 187. So this is the corrected version. So I did not get the error on this card. Next one up is the Dennis Oil Can Boyd. And this one has several variations, right? As far as how the print goes, what the lettering is, and everything else. But what I was looking for was the black border at the end of the anniversary sticker thing was missing. And I believe this is it. This is the error. So I don't know if you can see it, but there should be a black border going around, and it's missing right here at the end. Versus, let's just take another card, for example, versus this one where you can clearly see the black border goes all the way around the banner there. For this one, I believe I did get the error card, right? And again, it's more or less just a printing defect, nothing too crazy, but I don't see the black banner going all the way around, so I believe I did get it. But these errors, you know, you're not gonna you know, break the bank with, or, you know, be able to do. So this, the Mark Whitten ones, the Doug Drabeck ones, those are the ones that, you know, for some reason or other fetch a lot of money. But the other ones, these ones don't really fetch much of anything. But always fun to have, see if you can get like the regular version and the corrected version next to each other. All right, so the next one is Pat Borders, right? And so looking for him in 1986 in Kinston, the 40 stolen bases. So they said he had 40 stolen bases when really it should be 0. All right, so clearly I don't have that one. So in this one, it would have said, all right, so yeah, so 0. So don't have the error on that one. Got the corrected version here. So no error there. Next one up is Fernando Valenzuela. And for this one, it says, and you see here, looking up at the pitch like he always does, it says here it should have 20 complete games in 1986, but it's not italicized, right? Meaning he should have led the league in that. So where is that? 1986. Win losses, where's complete games? Complete games 20. So it is italicized. So it does denote that he led the league there in it. And then when he gets like the little diamond next to it, it's also, that means he tied for the league lead in there. But something you don't see too often anymore with these pitchers going complete games like that. But that's quite a feat. The next one is Brady Anderson. Monthly scoreboard. Should say monthly scoreboard. September hits. Hits should be 14 and RBIs 3. All right, so the error had 3 hits and 2 RBIs. This one had 14 hits and 3 RBIs. So this is the corrected version. So it looks like I'm getting a lot of the corrected versions here. Because I didn't look at these beforehand. I kind of wanted to go over them with you guys and show you what I was looking for. But maybe should have went through these a little bit more. So the next one is the checklist. So what I'm looking for here is for Chicago. And one thing I hate about these checklists is they did it by team. So like your guys are, the numbers are all over the place. But the error is Phil Bradley, 727, and it should be 717. So this one is the corrected one. You can see 717 for Phil Bradley. So that is correct. So this must have been a later, for the most part, it must have been a later print run that I got for this set. I must have picked this up late. If you could pick up this set like when it first was released, that's probably where you're going to get a lot of the errors and the Mark Whiten error and everything else. So Dwight Evans, let's see here. He had 162 games in 1982, and that led the league. And the error here is, so it shouldn't have been that he led the league. So in 1982, and you can see he did it a couple times. So 1982, played 162 games, got it's italicized, but it also has the diamond, right? So, but there's a bunch of guys who played 162 games, so it definitely should be a diamond there. It wouldn't be the only one who did it. So that is the corrected version. Dave Johnson here, pitcher for the Orioles. His error here is, looks like it should be, Nashua G should be 34. I have no idea what that means. Oh, games 34? So 85 Nashua. So Nashua, New Hampshire. Games should be 34. All right, so this is the error. So he should have played 34 games for Nashua in 85, and it ended up being, they only put 18. So you can tell too, right? Because he pitched 153 innings. So in 18 games, 153 innings, that would have been a lot of innings for just 18 games. Because here you had 12 for 83. So that would make more sense, right? 22 games, he had 150. 23, he had 153 as well. So yeah, you expect to see maybe that number be a little higher. So that's the error. All right, so the next one we're gonna do here is the Frank Tanana. And this is when this is towards the tail end of his career. As you can see, pretty far along now into his career. He started in 73 and went all the way at least to 90. So that's almost a 20-year career for him. Whether he played another year or two after this, I really don't know. But in any case, his error is in 1975, he tied for the league lead in strikeouts, it says, but he should have led the league in strikeouts. So in 75, 269 strikeouts. Yep, this one doesn't have the diamond next to it, so it indicates he is the league leader. So not the error there. All right, and this one would have been, this one I did look up because kind of had to. With his error is kind of more noticeable. So with Jose Gonzalez, the error is actually on the front card here, where it's Billy Beane, who's batting left-handed, is on the card. But he's batting right-handed and clearly doesn't look like Billy Beane, right? Looks like Jose Gonzalez. So that one was clearly not the error. But it would have been fun to get the error of that one and get Billy Beane on the front there. All right, so the next one we're going with is Lonnie Smith, number 306. And so the error here is he had 136 games in 1990 and then 1270 for his career. But really what he should have had is 135 games in 90 and 1269 in his career. Wow, so really not much of an error at all. So this one is corrected with 1269 and the 135 instead of 136. So really kind of just a slight error in that one, nothing too major. But how someone even noticed that, or I don't know. All right, so Ron Kittle is the next one up. And let's see, something with, all right, down here. So in his little blurb about Ron, it should be 7 home runs onto the roof. Whereas the error card says 6 home runs onto the roof. So this is the right one. All right, then another Keith Comstock. So Keith Comstock has a big error in the 88 tops, and now also has an error here in the 91 tops. So I don't know if Tops just didn't like him or paid attention to him or what, but he seems to have a lot of error cards. So with this one, the error is they show the Cubs design and subscript. So I think it says Cubs here, and then in like blue or something like that, instead of saying Mariners. So this is the corrected one. That one's a pretty big error. I'm surprised that one isn't catching. That one wouldn't be more of something that people would want to collect, especially when you have the wrong name and everything else there. All right. Next one up is 366 is another checklist, and another one just all over the place, just random teams with random numbers. So kind of a pain in the ass. So for Houston, where is Houston? Houston's in the front. Looking for Carl Nichols, and they say he's number 19 or 119. All right, so they say 119. That is the corrected version. So I'm kind of striking out a lot here with these errors. Right now, these are the ones that weren't an error, and these are the 2 that were. So kind of a mixed bag. But that also kind of indicates to me like that some of these I definitely mixed in for at some point or other. Either I just grabbed a duplicate or something like that and put them in the set, because I don't think, if all of these were in the same set, I don't think I'd be getting any errors at all. So some of these definitely were mixed and matched here. All right, so the next one is Wilson Alvarez, and he is number 378. And what it is a 1989 Port Charlotte and 1990 Birmingham stat line missing. So 2 stat lines would be missing from Port Charlotte and Birmingham. But this one looks like there's several of them. There's a couple of them. Stat lines are included. So yeah, it looks like we got them. Even though there's, yeah. So Port Charlotte, you got the whole thing there, and then Birmingham got it. So yeah, so this one was must be missing. And then there's also some variations with the darker borders and everything else. But again, I think that's just more of the print style. Several different print styles in for this 1991 Topps. And then the next one up is 454, Kevin Appier. And this one is the 1990 Omaha stat line is missing, but nope, it is there. So as you can see, it's there. All right, moving on to Robin Ventura. So here's Robin Ventura, rookie cup. So not his rookie, obviously, is 89. The 89 Topps is the first draft picks card for him. This one looks a little worn, so maybe I did move this one from a different set. All right, so the error here is left inside border isn't red. Oh, all right, so you could get, oh, look at that. It is the error. How about that? So the left inside border here is dark, and it should be red like this. So I got the error here. So this one definitely was, probably came from a different set. But that's pretty cool. All right, so I got a couple errors here, just 3 so far. And again, still, so many more to go. All right, so the next one up here is a, whoops, almost threw that away. The next one up here is, are we already up to 5? Oh, we skipped one here. 526. So Moises Alou. So for this one, let's just jump to that number real quick. All right. So this one is just more of a statistical error as well. So in 1990, it said he had 37 runs for the Pirates and 41 career runs. But it should be 0 runs in 1990 and 4 career runs. So 4 career runs, 0 in 90. So this is the corrected version. Then right after that, you got for the checklist where the Mets, here they are. So Kevin McReynolds, where are you? Kevin McReynolds. Wait a second, that's the Yankees. Where's the Mets? All right, here's the Mets. Kevin McReynolds, number 105. And that is correct. The error would have said 719. So it must have flip-flopped Keith Miller and Kevin McReynolds. But it looks like this is the corrected one. All right, then the next one up is Mike Walker from the Indians. And this one, I believe, again, is another statistical error. And this one, the 1990 Canton Akron stat line is missing. And, well, he didn't do much, but it is there. So it is there as correct. All right, then we got 599. We got Greg Myers, another catcher. So 2 Blue Jay catchers with error cards in this set. This one, the 1990 Syracuse stat line, which should be missing, but it is not. It is there. So that is the corrected version. All right, this one, I guess this one's gonna be tough. I think, okay. So for Wes Chamberlain, the issue is another pitcher, right? So it's Louis Meadows, and if he has a bat on his shoulder, that's, kind of like standing straight up with a bat on his shoulder, kind of typical pose you've seen before. Or if his arms are crossed on his knees, that's Wes Chamberlain. So that is Wes Chamberlain, arms crossed on the knee, no bat in hand. So that is the correct pitcher. And it's almost like he's saying, come on, guys. Don't you know who I am? He was actually, I think, a pretty decent player for a little bit for the Phillies. At least I remember him being, at least when he first came out, he was kind of a good rookie there. All right, so now moving on, 556 checklist. I doubt I will have any error here. So this one we got to go with the Pirates. And where are the Pirates? San Diego, San Francisco, Pittsburgh. And so the Pirates one is, all right, there's a few here. So let's just check real quick. who am I looking for? Victor. All right, so 438. Oh, so I have the correct. So there's actually 2 errors on this. There's 2 variation of numbers here, but it looks like I have the corrected one. So 438 is correct. 537 for Jim Leland. Where are you, Leland? 381. Is that right? Yep, 381. No. So that's wrong. All right, so Jim Leland should not be 381. Oh no, he should be 381. Yeah, I'm sorry. If you saw the error here, there's all 4 of these guys have their numbers all mixed up, but this is actually the corrected version. So, but there's two errors, so 3 total cards, 3 total types that you can get for this one. So the corrected one, and then there's error 1, error 2. So that's what kind of made it confusing to kind of figure that one out. Lee Smith, for this one, his career innings pitched 919.1, should be 918.2. So, career pitched 919.1. So this is the error, or the incorrect stat line for Lee Smith. And I don't know if they ever corrected it or not, but it definitely was an error. All right, so 674 would be the next one. All right, and that is Kevin Gross with 89 base on balls and 88 tied for the league, but 89 base on balls should have led the league. So looks like it is in italics there. So that did lead the lead. There's no diamond there. So that one is not an error. And then John, I don't know how you say that last name, Cerruti? Sounds about right. In 1990, his ERA should be 4.76 instead of 4.46, and that is the corrected version. So nothing doing there. All right, and then we got Efrain Valdez, and that's 692. No lines of text under stats. No lines of text under stats. Oh, so this whole little blurb here on the error card is gone. But for the corrected one, they actually put in a little blurb about him, which is nice. All right. Ooh, Doug Drabek got a stain on him. All right, so now we got Doug Drabek. All right, so the big one is white inset border and then the black inset border on the front. So if we have the white inset border, it's the error. Nope, black inset border. So no error here for Doug Drabek. But if it was the error, it would be white on the inside. And this is a relatively valuable card in terms of being the error, and I don't know why. Given, like, you know, you have Robert Ventura, right, has the same type of error. All right, and some of these other guys do. So I don't know why this is more sought after. Maybe it just was a less frequent error, or one that had so many few print runs that it kind of became something the collectors were going after. And then the Mark Whiten one, all right, I'm covering his hands, right? If it's the error, his hands will continue outside the box. If not, his hands would be inside the box, and they're inside the box. So the error shows the rest of his hand just sitting right outside the box there. So not the error for this one. And then the Mark McGwire error, I think he's number 270. I don't remember what this error was. Hold on, I gotta go back and look at that real quick. 270 for Mark McGwire. What is his error? So his error is, in 1987, the slugging percentage is 618, missing the decimal point, so it should be 0.618. So 1987, 0.618. So it has the decimal in there. So this is not the error card. Just a regular old Mark McGwire sliding into, what, third? I guess that's third. I don't know why he'd be, unless he's sliding back to first for some reason, but I doubt it. All right. So not a ton of errors, only really just 4 in all. And but the one I like the most, obviously, is this Robin Ventura one. It has the black border on the inset, so that's pretty cool. That's the clearest one. Dennis Boyd is still missing the black on the border there. And then David Johnson, I think you just had something wrong with the stat line. And same thing with Lee Smith, you just had something wrong with the stat line. So obviously, though, I mean, you could still, if you got packs of 1991 Topps, I mean, tons of errors to try to uncover in that set. Obviously, the big money ones are, you know, trying to get these two guys, if you can get their error cards. Those are the kind of the well sought after ones. And I'm sure there's still ones out there. So if you're breaking open packs and trying to find them, I bet you there's more to be had. All right, guys. Well, that was a long one. A lot of error cards to go through, but hope you enjoyed it, and we'll come back with you in another video soon. See ya.